Two workers walk past the same speeding forklift. One gets injured, the other doesn't. Same place, same hazard, different outcome. If you can explain why that happens, you're already thinking like an ASP. Hazard versus risk. On one side of the screen, an oil spill is shown. On the other side, a slip and fall injury is depicted, highlighting the difference between the source of harm and the actual consequence. Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to break down one of the most fundamental concepts for the ASP exam: hazard versus risk. By the end of this video, you'll be able to clearly define hazard and risk, apply them to real-world workplace scenarios, solve ASP-style questions with confidence, and avoid common exam mistakes that cost easy points. By the end of this video, you'll be able to clearly define hazard and risk, apply them to real-world workplace scenarios, solve ASP-style questions with confidence, and avoid common exam mistakes that cost easy points. Let's start simple. Hazard equals source of harm. That's it. A hazard is anything that has the potential to cause injury, illness, damage, or loss. Wet floor is a hazard. Exposed live wire is a hazard. Untrained forklift driver is a hazard. Chemical in an open container is a hazard. The key word is source. It's like the cause that could lead to something bad. Now, risk is different. Risk equals probability plus severity. In other words, risk is about how likely something bad will happen, probability, and how bad it will be if it happens, severity. So, the hazard is the thing that can cause harm. The risk is the chance and impact of that harm actually happening. Imagine a knife in your kitchen. The knife is the hazard. It can cut you. The risk depends on how you use it. If it's stored safely in a drawer, low risk. If a child is playing with it, high risk. Same hazard, different risk. Let's look at a few everyday examples to lock this in. Example 1. Rainy road. Hazard, wet, slippery road surface. Risk, careful driver, low speed, good tires leads to lower risk. Speeding driver, bald tires, or texting leads to higher risk. Example 2. Electricity at home. Hazard, electrical energy in your wiring. Risk, proper insulation, no overload, and good maintenance mean low risk. Exposed wires, overloaded sockets, or water near outlets mean high risk. So remember, hazard stays the same. Risk changes depending on conditions and controls. Hazard equals constant, risk equals variable. Highlight the words constant and variable. ASP practice question. In a warehouse, there are several containers of flammable liquids stored on open shelves. A worker is using a grinder nearby, which produces sparks. Which of the following is the best example of the hazard in this situation? A. The probability of a fire starting. B. The flammable liquid stored on shelves. C. The risk of an explosion. D. The potential severity of burns to workers. Show options A to D clearly with an on-screen timer counting down. 3, 2, 1. Take a moment, think about it. What's your answer? Let's solve this step by step, just like you should in the exam. Step 1. Identify what hazard means. We said hazard equals source of harm. So we're looking for the thing that can cause harm, not the probability or severity. Step 2. Eliminate options that describe risk, not hazard. Option A. The probability of a fire starting is part of risk, so eliminate A. Option C. The risk of an explosion says risk, so eliminate C. Option D. The potential severity of burns focuses on how bad the outcome is, so eliminate D. Step 3. Check the remaining option. B. The flammable liquid stored on shelves. The flammable liquid is the source of harm. It can burn, explode, or cause fire. That's clearly the hazard. Correct answer, B. This is a classic ASP-style trap. They mix hazard with risk, probability, and severity. If you remember the core definition, these questions become easy points. Let's walk through a realistic workplace example you might see as an HSE professional. Scenario: you're the safety professional at a manufacturing plant. There's a machine with an exposed rotating shaft. Workers walk close to it while carrying materials. Step 1. Identify the hazard. The exposed rotating shaft is the hazard. It's the source of harm. It can catch clothing, pull in body parts, and cause serious injury. Step 2. Identify the risk. Risk is about probability plus severity. Ask, how likely is it that someone's clothing will get caught? How severe would the injury be if it happens? If workers pass very close, wear loose clothing, and there are no guards, the risk is high. If you install a guard, mark a safe walkway, and train workers, there is lower probability, the same potential severity, but overall lower risk. Notice something important here. The hazard, the rotating shaft, still exists, but by adding controls, you reduce the risk. That's exactly how you should think in the exam and in real life. Let's talk about some common mistakes ASP candidates make with hazard versus risk. Mistake 1. Using the words interchangeably, saying the risk is the chemical or the hazard is high without being precise. In the exam, hazard is the source, risk is probability plus severity. Mistake 2. Calling probability or severity a hazard. Options that say the likelihood of a fall or the severity of injury are describing risk, not hazard. Mistake 3. Forgetting that risk can change while the hazard stays the same. Same hazard, different controls means different risk levels. The exam loves questions where controls change the risk, not the hazard. Mistake 4. Overthinking simple definitions. You don't need a paragraph. For the exam, keep it tight. Hazard equals source of harm. Risk equals probability plus severity. Here's a simple memory trick you can use on exam day. Trick 1. H equals hazard. H equals harm source. Hazard means harm source. When you see the word hazard, think, what is the thing that can hurt me? Trick 2. Risk equals real incident severity and K chance. It's a bit playful, but it works. Real incident severity and K chance. K equals chance reminder, like a quirky hook. This reminds you that risk is about the real incident that could happen, its severity, and the chance, probability of it happening. Or even simpler, hazard equals what can hurt you. Risk equals how likely and how bad. If you can say that in your own words, you're in great shape. Part 7. Visual recap of the concept, 8:30 to 9:15, diagram-style recap. Let's do a quick visual recap. Column 1. Hazard. Label. Source of harm. Examples. Wet floor. Exposed wire. Rotating shaft. Flammable liquid. Column 2. Risk. Label. Probability plus severity. Examples. Chance of slip and how serious the injury is. Chance of electric shock and how severe. Chance of entanglement and injury severity. Chance of fire, explosion, and consequences. Use arrows from each hazard example to its corresponding risk example. Whenever you see a question, ask yourself, what is the source of harm? That's the hazard. What is the chance and how bad could it be? That's the risk. Let's wrap this up in one clean package. Key points. Hazard equals source of harm. Risk equals probability plus severity. Hazard is the thing that can hurt you. Risk is about how likely it is to happen and how bad it will be. In ASP questions, watch out for options that describe probability or severity and try to trick you into calling them hazards. If this made hazard versus risk finally click for you, do two things. Pause this video and create your own example from your workplace or daily life. Write down the hazard, then describe the risk as probability plus severity. Drop your example in the comments so other ASP candidates can learn from it too. And if you're serious about passing the ASP, hit like, subscribe, and check out my next video where we'll break down another core concept step by step, just like this. Remember, anyone can memorize definitions, but you are learning to think like a safety professional. See you in the next one.